Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another season of EML. We are hitting season 6 here in the F2 tier, and we are heading to Spain. We started the stream a little early because we're going to try something new. But first, as always, I'm back again for another season. It's, of course, myself, Lesty, leading the commentary. I have a new partner in the commentary box. You'll find that out very shortly who that is. But for now, as we have 10 minutes to spare, and we're going to try and do this with every round of this 10 race season, we're going to speak to every team members, some drivers, and introduce some of the new teams as well, because half of the grid is filled up with teams that are debuting in EML this season. So today, we've got the team of TGF with us. We have team owner Ruby,
Hello, hello.
and we have the driver Lucas, who will be driving this evening.
Good evening.
Good evening to you both. Welcome to EML, your debut season. How are you feeling, Ruby, going into it?
Yeah, it wasn't looking very certain before because our main team collapsed actually a month ago. So yeah, it's interesting how we still built the main team, and now we're fully ready for the season, and cannot wait to see how we're doing.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear indeed. And you're recently formed. You haven't been going that long. I believe it's October time of last year
Yeah,
that you formed.
October. It was a spontaneous project. I was the day before we started. I was like to 4 of my league's drivers like, yeah, we're going to try and see if we can compete in team events, and yeah, and then they all said yes, and we started TGF, and it went well. P4 in CSSF2, uh, we led FUM F2 as
Yeah.
well, so it's a great start for a team.
Yeah, so
Better than
positive starts, good results in various other team esports competitions. So, and with your own competition set up as well, which we won't completely
yeah.
advertise, but that's also a good sign that you've got an academy event going inside the team.
Yep, we have the start of the TGF Academy Cup. A lot of promotion on Twitter indeed, like every few days. Try to get those teams to sign up. It worked. We almost have a full grid, but yeah, it's very competitive. And I really liked to commentate the first race of it in Austria. We won it as well, so that's a very good sign.
Perfect start to your own event.
Exactly.
What more could you wish for?
That he wouldn't get a qualifying ban afterwards, but
Yeah, maybe that would be something that we wouldn't want to see. But yeah,
exactly.
you got the win in the end, so you take the positives and run, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
But with this season 6 of EML, what's your ambitions looking at the competition in F2?
Well, first of all, the teams in F2, those are very good teams, and we really love to compete against these teams. And our main goal, our main ambition for both the drivers and the team as a whole is just to get to build a reputation that we're not just another team, but that we really want to compete with the big teams in the future.
That's good. So hopefully looking to maybe achieve promotion spots to get into F1 for next season, which would ultimately be, I believe, on F1 24.
Yeah, games releasing quick this year.
So yeah, hopefully there's. Is there any races you think you as a team have a chance of achieving a win or a really good result?
I need to take a look at the calendar for that. But I think in Spain, the pace from our drivers looks pretty good. But it's, of course, anything can happen. We could still end P20, but we don't want that. We want to aim for the P1 spot, of course. But let me see the calendar real quick.
Yeah,
Um,
no, go for it. Have a look. Bead your eyes on what is a fun-filled, action-packed calendar.
I mean, Mateus, you like Singapore, no?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, you're gonna win there then.
Well,
Very cool.
let's bring in Matthias, aka Lucas. How are you feeling about tonight's Spain Grand Prix?
Yeah, I like Spain. I think that in qualifying, I have a good pace. Also in the race, but of course, every mistake costs a lot. So I need to drive carefully and push to the limit and try to do. I hope a podium, but also I hope a win. But yeah, I know that every mistake is my responsibility because I know that the team want a podium, for example, and I need to do that. So yeah, that's it.
Where do you think this race could be won and lost? Do you think penalties might be a factor or strategy calls?
Yeah, I think that the strategy is very important because undercut is very powerful. So yeah, and the penalty, I don't think so that I don't think that will cost like a few positions because there isn't corners where you can cut, so it's very good. But yeah, and the strategy is very important in this track, and let's see tonight.
Yeah, strategy is such a big part of this Spanish Grand Prix with tyre wear being so
Yeah.
high, so that's definitely a factor for sure. What's as a driver perspective, is there a what is the team here in this F2 grid that you pose as your biggest sort of threat, biggest rival?
Yeah, I think that the biggest rival I don't know, but because I don't know any of the drivers that I will gonna race tonight.
Yeah, we will know soon. But yeah, we haven't competed against a lot of the teams on this grid.
Okay.
I think, yeah, we've competed against LRN, and we've competed against RLS and ESRL. I think, I mean, in the academy events that we've done, LRN has always been a very close rival, always very close with us, and we follow each other on Twitter as well. So I think that's a very respectful battle there. Um, I think personally, from what I've seen, the biggest threat for the win would be one of the French teams like LDL and GT10. They look very good in shape the last few weeks. So looking forward to see where we will place.
Nice. Yeah. No, there's a lot of new teams about and probably some drivers that we're not really aware of from your side of things and my side of things on the commentator's perspective. So it'll be an interesting round one to see where everyone is lined up at the end of quali and at the end of the race.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
And we look forward to seeing you on track. So thank you both for joining me, the TGF team. I wish you well for the upcoming season and wish you well for
Thank you very
tonight.
much,
And
and good luck
hopefully,
commentating.
oh, thank you. Yeah, it's going to be a bit rusty after a while out, but we'll see how we go. But yeah,
Hope
I'll
Cameron
let.
joins.
Yeah, we will. We will see. We'll work that out. But yeah, I'll let you go and finish your preps for the race, and we'll see you on track.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Cheers,
Thanks, guys.
guys.
See ya.
See you soon. Bye bye.
So there we have it, the TGF pair of Matthias and Ruby. Nice to hear their thoughts for the upcoming season. So it has hit 7 o'clock. We are waiting on our lobby invite, and my colleague, my new co-commentator, who should be alongside me at the moment, but the person has gone AFK. AFK, what am I on about? MIA, missing in action. So we're just looking, he's also our host, so we're looking to try and get this quickly sorted. There we go. So we've got a replacement host coming in. So apologies, there is going to be a delay to the start of this one. And I will keep you guys posted on what's going on. So at the moment, the lobby is being set up as we speak. Apologies for the delay. Something that's unforeseen has happened here. So we have a host change, and we may not be meeting my colleague, my new partner in crime in the commentary box. But yeah, those of you already in the stream and supporting your teams, appreciate you coming in and watching. We've got Vico saying, let's go QSL, one of the new teams here in F2. ET8 Felix says, Ruby the GOAT, big fan of the TGF owner. Moostic and Chowski, also fans of QSL. So QSL have got a bit of a following already here this evening. But please do, if you're watching along on stream, make sure you give the stream a like, follow League Racing TV so you don't miss out on any of this F2 season, which is going to be jam-packed of action. And make sure you get in loads of comments. I love reading your comments, questions, predictions. Get them all in the chat, and I will read them as we go through the race and the sessions. Right, so here we are. So we have 5 returning teams to F2, and we have 5 new teams. So starting with the teams that are returning for F2, we have LDL, who will be in the Red Bull, and tonight racing for them is LDL Nico and LDL Kilcree. So strong team that we've seen before, performed well in F2, got some decent results, so they'll be ones to keep an eye on. Another team returning is GT10. Good to see them coming back in, and tonight they have Boyalulu and Acid racing for them. They are in the Mercedes car for this season. There's my invite to the lobby. Thank you, Nico. Really appreciate it. Another returning team, RVL. Good to see these guys back. I know they had a rough time last time out last season, and they'll be looking to improve on what was. I think they'd be fine with me saying, and fair to say, was quite a dismal season for them. One that they hoped for more, but racing for them tonight is RVL, Lorenzo, and Zayco, and they will be in the McLaren. So welcome back to them. Another returning team is LRN League, Legacy Racing, I believe. I believe that's them. They are returning, and racing in the Ferrari, and for them this evening it is Dumelt and Martin. And then the fifth and final team returning is Rising Lions Esports, the Dutch team, I believe, and they'll be in the Alfa Romeo, and they have Noah and Finn lining up for them this evening. Now, moving on to our 5 new teams who are competing. So we have QSL. Welcome to EML on their first ever season, and they have been given or chosen the Aston Martin car to race for in this season. It is Sniper Pro racing for them this evening alongside Rumsco. So good luck to QSL. Can be a bit daunting joining a new competition, but good luck to them and all the best. Another team, new team, debuting in F2 is ESRL, and they are racing in the Alpine. And for them this evening is Jordan Lancer and Lost Super Spy. So good luck to those guys. The team we just met and just had a nice little chat with, TGF. So that is Paul Para and Lucas, aka Matheus, racing in the Williams. They've got their ambitions, they've got their goals for the season. You can go back, rewind, have a listen to that right at the start of the stream. A nice little interview piece for you. Good luck to them in the Williams this season. Our second but not least, I don't know what I'm on about. Second to last new team joining us here in EML is EXT. EXT Nam and EXT Kart are racing for them this evening, and they are in the AlphaTauri. Good luck with your debut season in EML here. I really wish the best on your debut race. And finally, last but not least, is DLX. They'll be racing in the Haas car, and tonight they have Pavlov, Des, and Tigrex racing for them. So again, good luck for your debut season here in EML. So no, that is all of your teams lining up for the F2 Season 6. And the drivers who's racing. So as you can see, we're slowly but surely getting people in. We are still missing about 5 drivers. I'm still missing my colleague. So you may just have to put up with me for the first one, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. It might just be my monotone voice and my voice alone that you're going to have to deal with. But most of you have heard my solo commentary before, so nothing too surprising for you. But I'm sorry, 10 minutes in, we still haven't got you any action as of yet. Obviously, we had a bit of issues in terms of the host that we are waiting on and my commentary partner at the same time. So shame that we've had this issue, but I'd rather have it now than in the race. So hopefully we can get started soon. We've got 16 of you watching the stream. Thank you very much for joining. You're probably not joining for me. You're just joining to support your drivers and your teams in this season of EML. But if you are here, please do get busy. Do get active in the chat. Let me see some comments coming through. Who are you supporting? Any predictions? Who's going to get pole? Who's going to take the race win here in the Circuit de Catalunya? Just chat to me. Give me something. Who's happy to see EML back? It's been a long time. I can't remember when the last race was. We obviously had our nations. I think it was our European nations race or event. So that was interesting to see nationalities fighting it out between themselves. I believe we're missing a Ferrari, so we're missing a LRN driver. And no, we've got both AlphaTauris, both Williams, and an Aston Martin. EJ Felix again in the chat, thank you. Giving me something to read. TGF will win, so nice little prediction there that one of the new guys, TGF, will take this first win down here in Spain. I am currently waiting on just two drivers. We're waiting on a LRN driver and a QSL driver. So we shall wait and see if these guys are going to join. There's been a last minute change. Just liaising with the race director just to make sure we are not. Okay, so the LRN, I believe we have just one driver. We're going to ready up at 15 past is the call that I've been given. Is the QSL driver going to join? I believe we've had a late. So we're just checking in. We've got about 2 minutes. We'll get going in about 2 minutes. So yeah, there's been a late lineup change for QSL. Rumsco is out and Moostic is in. He has not joined the lobby yet. So I believe we're getting the QSL driver in. LRN are seeing if they can get someone in before quarter past, because that is when we're just going to go, which is a minute's time. So it may not be a full grid, which is disappointing for the first round, that we're going to miss out on a full grid just by one driver short. We're also missing a commentator, so slightly short. So there we go. Mystic has joined, so we can be ready to go. So I think as soon as it turns 15, I do apologise, guys, for the late start on this one. Chloe, one of the admins in the chat, says I've got to sing Me, Myself and I. Maybe I'll sing a bit of Akon, I'm So Lonely. That might work. But I believe we've got the ready up call. Right, here we go. Ready up call has been made, and we're finally going to get in to season 6, albeit 15 minutes early. Late. We got set up 10 minutes early, but we've ended up getting started 15 minutes late. A lot of Europeans, a lot of Spanish drivers, a lot of French, a lot of Italian, a lot of Belgian as well. Got some Polish, Dutch, British in there as well. So it's a very European grid. Right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's me and you for this qualifying session. Let me just make sure you guys can properly hear me. I believe you all can hear me, but I just want to make double sure, just in case. Yeah, you can hear me loud and clear. There we go. Slooby says TGF Go, Felix, my goat. I assume that is Ruby watching on. Felix says you better win or I'm taking Matus. Oh, wow. Threats already of taking drivers. Anyway, let's focus on what's going on out on the track. I don't think we need to see tyre detail, actually. We'll go with none. Don't need any of that. Hide the UI, and Pole Para is the furthest out on track at the moment. I believe he's got the Alpha Tauri boys behind him. So that's... Is it both Alpha Tauris? It's definitely EXT Nam. He's out there, ready to go. Who else have we got out? LDL Nico, the man that has come in and saved everyone by getting this session up and ready to see some action. And he's got his teammate of Kilcree behind him. So I wonder if we're going to see any team games here in terms of slipstream. Always an option at Spain with that very long straight up, down into turn one. Spain, I'll have you know, has the second longest start run down to turn one on the calendar. If you're watching, let me know what one you believe to have the longest run down to turn one, as EXT Kart has accidentally left the session, probably connection issues. So here comes Pole Para. Is that his teammate? It is his teammate. Slightly getting in the way there. That's intriguing one that Lucas has come out at that point and possibly got in the way of the TGF man. Maxence Leroux says Mexico, of course. You are correct. Mexico has the longest run down to turn one. Well done. You get a point, sir. Here we go. Pole Para entering sector 3. Pretty tight lap so far from the TGF man. See what time he can put on the board, because he is going to be the target for everyone else behind him. And the time is going to be at 1:11.072. What can EXT Nam does? He goes nearly flat out 11. LDL Nico, very similar time to Pole Para, but it's LDL Nico's teammate that Kilcree goes into the 1:10s, the first driver. GT10 Acid goes 11.4. His teammate Lulu, Boya Lulu, goes 8:08. EXT Nam has been disqualified from the session for blocking the pit lane exit. Now there's a bit of drama to add to the start of the season already. Mustik is on an outlap. So is the Ferrari behind him. There's 2 Haas cars, both on a lap. Tigres getting a slipstream from his teammate. Pablo goes 5th. Tigres actually goes 7th. So slipstream hasn't worked out for those guys. RLS finds he's coming down towards the line. It's 11.8. It's last, respectively, of the current set times. Here comes the Williams of Lucas coming towards the finish line. Round the first bend, doesn't lift or barely lifts, and he pops himself into P5 with an 11.3. I see some Alpines coming up towards the line, and this is the ESRL team, Lost Super Spy and Jordan Lancer. What can they do? Lost Super Spy up to 5th. Jordan Lancer, an off-pace time, so something's happened there, or he's just supported his teammate on a run, and maybe this is his flying run now. A bit of sportsmanship going on here between the 2 ESRL drivers. Some guys coming across the line now, seeing a few times. Moosticks just popped himself into P12. LRN Domelt as well popped himself into P11. I believe actually LRN Martin has come in, so we have a full grid. And just unfortunately, EXT Nam has disqualified himself by blocking the pit exit, which I believe he has done by just trying to get out of the way of others. But here you go, the slipstream for Jordan Lancer from his teammate of Super Spy. There's a Sniper Pro, Super Spy, names getting mixed up. It's new names. It's the first round. I will get there. Don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen. But here comes Jordan Lancer round the last turn. What time's he going to do? Is it going to be a 1:10? No, it's just outside. So 1:11.1 pops himself into P6 for now. And there is the RVL boys, who have looked to have come out a little late, but they are now on their time lapse. Lorenzo for RVL is going to set his first time. It's not going to be a 10. It's going to be 11.6 into P11 for him. The only guy now on a time lap is his teammate, RVL Zayko. If you weren't here before, RVL are one of our returning teams. Had a disappointing debut season in EML F2 last time out. They'll be looking to have a lot more success than they did last season. I think I can actually find out where they finished on the standing. Sorry, I've just seen a funny comment. If I see the standings, RVL finished 9th place, and that is because Legacy actually folded from racing here in EML. So yeah, it wasn't the most positive of seasons. Not to put it down on RVL, but they'll be hoping to improve, and a 12.1 for Zayko isn't the best of first laps out here, so hopefully he can get on with pushing on. Let's go to LDL Kilcree, because he is on another timed lap. Currently our man in P2. LDL, I'll have you know, finished 4th place last year behind WOR, IRT and CPI, all 3 teams that got promoted to F1 for this season. So based on standings last season, LDL could be the team to beat here. So I think we'll keep an eye on the LDL boys. And I'll let you know the other teams. GT10 finished P7 and LRN finished P8. So the guys in between those haven't returned either. So here we go. Kilcree up to line. Is he going to make an improvement? He is. It's a 10.7. He pushes Boyolulu back as the only 2 drivers to have got into the 10s continue to fight it out. And Boyolulu will have to come out and start reacting. It's got to find half a tenth to take back pole position. Right, so here's RLS Noah. 1 driver, 5-place grid penalty, illegal blocking for Pablo. For DXT, Pablo. Not something you'd like to see. What's he in? He's in the Haas. Where is the Haas? Oh, I see. I wonder if he got illegal blocking on his teammate, which would be quite rough. But we did warn before the race, you've got to be very careful about the blocking. And Noah goes 112, nearly flat, just above. It pops him into P15, just behind his teammate of Fines. Let's see who else is on a lap. So DLX, Tigray, and Pablo are going around together here. I'm not sure what this strategy is. Is it just meant to be a constant slipstream? If so, could work out quite well, but then you've got all the dirty air in the turns. It's going to make grip a lot harder around these high-speed turns. Not sure if anyone else or any other teams have tried this, but he's got his DRS, the drag reduction system wing, wide open, but continues to be behind his teammate. Don't know if he's actually going for a time here. These two could just be racing back in, but they are still going for a time. This is an interesting strat. I've never really seen anything like it. But Pablo's actually improved himself without slipstream, and they've both improved to 5th and 8th place. So that's an interesting one. Not seen that before. A constant slipstream around the track. As I saw Lucas coming up the line. He's put himself up into P2, and that's a 10.8. So that's a big time for the TGF boys. And I see LGL Nico's also got himself into the 10s, who's currently now on the pits. Fines. Bit further down, puts himself to P13. Someone else just come across the line. LRN Domelt has also gone above. I'm butchering that name. I know I am, but please don't attack me. I'm trying my best. His teammate of Martin is doing his first lap, and that is 15th place respectfully for him. QSL, Sniper Pro pushes himself up 1 place ahead of Lorenzo into P12. There is another set of McLarens coming. Lorenzo fights back. He pushes on. Zayko begins his lap. And the only driver not to set a lap is EXT Kart. We did see him obviously lag out the session. He is now back in, and he's letting the traffic of the Ferrari go past, as is RLS Fines as well. Anyone coming around that final turn with a bit of speed? Looks like it's one of the LDL boys. I'm going to go with Kilcree. It is Kilcree. And here we go. EXT Kart. Let's go on board. We haven't gone on board with anyone yet, so let's go on board with EXT Kart. And he's got this nice little view on the side of the car. Can't remember if this is the same for everyone. It's been a while since I've done commentary, but he takes first and second corner. Okay, the exit is a little bit wide of turn 2, so he may have lost a slight bit of time there. It wouldn't have been much, but every little bit counts in this qualifying. All the times, look at all the times down the left-hand side of your screen. Everyone is so tightly packed. One tiny error could mean the difference of a few places. And with his teammate Nam, and that's a spin. That's too much of the inside curb on the throttle too early. And that is lap aborted. Don't damage your car. If you can save the fuel, if you've got enough fuel to go again, but the ERS battery system needs to reset and charge. Kilcree, though, is he going to improve? He does. It's a 10.6 for the LGL man. And LGL are looking to start this season off with a flyer as Kilcree puts the pressure on the rest of the guys behind. Lucas Boyalulu, his teammate as well. Pole Para maybe included in there as well. So that is a big, big time for Kilcree. Is that time going to be good enough for pole position? Let me know. With 4 minutes remaining Is that time going to be good enough to hold on to pole position? Who else have we got in the chat? We've got Maze in the chat. Benabine says, let's go QSL. QSL, Le Bonbon says, allez snip and bustico. May says, shame people can't leave a gap. Obviously, speaking of the grid place penalties for people not leaving space in between. And let's go on board with Nico now, because this is the LDL partner of Kilcree, who's currently in pole position. So do we expect Nico to propel himself up to the front row of the grid to make it an LDL front row lockout? Kilcree's retired. That's his 3 runs done. Been and done. Got him out. Sorted. He's currently pole position. But is he going to hang on to it? Does his teammate have something to say about it? He's coming up to the sector 3 split. He is down on his time. It's about half a tenth here, and Boyalulu is in range with that improvement. Can he improve in this final sector to propel himself? He's not going to bother. So maybe he feels there was a mistake there, and Nico decides, I will take that. James Head says, evening to you, James Head, our lead commentator for F1, that will be getting underway very soon. In about half an hour, the F1 season gets started here in Spain also. Let's get out of the onboard because it's loud in my ear. And let's have a look. Who's furthest ahead? I don't think Super Spy is on a timed lap. Boyalulu is somewhere, but his teammate, Acid, is on a lap here. I missed that split time. I don't know if he's up or not, but he's currently sitting P12 outside the top 10. I'm sure he'll like to be able to get into the top 10 to support his teammate in the race at the front. Here he comes round the final corner. Acid's last time is going to improve himself to an 11.2, and that's top 10 for now. How long will he stay there? There's an Alfa Romeo coming around. That's an out lap. Who else did we say was on a timed lap? His teammate, Boyalulu, has invalidated, so he's backed off. So he's not going just yet. Super Spy has started on another lap. Tigres as well. Then the DLX team are going for the constant slipstream around the circuit once more. Let's see someone towards the end of their lap. Martin actually is towards the end of his lap. What can he do? He's actually invalidated. Don't know why I didn't see that. Maybe that's just happened and I completely missed it. But there is a QSL man coming towards the line. I've gone the wrong way. That's why, because it's Moostic. Is that the Alpines coming towards the line, or is it the... No, it's the Williams pair. So Pol Para and Lucas. So I believe Pol Para is going to give Lucas a chance of getting pole here. Lost Super Spy and Jordan Lancer coming into the pits for Super Spy. Let's go ahead and move down to the Alfa Romeo of RLS finds. What can he find? Nothing. It's not faster. Noah, what can his teammate find? It's an improvement, but he might have been invalidated, or it might not have been enough for him, I believe. EXT Kart is coming around for EXT. He's invalidated. No time. It's a dreadful, dreadful qualifying for the EXT team on their debut here. Jordan Lancer's coming round for ESRL. What can he do? He stays where he is in P8. Lorenzo's coming into the pit. Domelt is also coming into the pit. Acid getting out of the way of others. QSL Moostic, what can he do? He's the next up to the line. Improves to P17. What can Lucas do? Pol Para has given him the slipstream. Oh, he improves, but it's not enough. He stays in P2. I believe that is it. Tigres might still be on a lap, not sure. Fines as well could possibly be. No, he's up on his time. Noah's also up on his time. And Tigres is up on his time, so I don't believe we're going to see any further changes. So there we go. Congratulations to LDL. It's LDL Kilcree who takes pole position. Alongside him on the front row is Matus, aka Lucas, of TGF. So great debut qualifying for them. And then it's GT10 Boy Lulu and the LDL teammate of Nico in P4. Wow. Kilcree took it from the start, and it never really looked like he was under huge amount of pressure, and he's taken the pole position with about a 10.5 gap. No one could respond to that 10.6 time on the board. So really, really strong qualifying from the LDL boys, and it's looking like it could be it will be okay. Yeah, it will be LDL who start off on pole position. So well done to them. I've just been told, due to a grid penalty that was received to Pablo, I believe we are doing a restart. So there's the whole list. We'll run through it so you're aware. This is how we will line up. Kilcree on pole, then it's Lucas, Boy Lulu, Nico in P4, Pole Para P5. Pablo will be starting P6. Super Spy, Lancer, Tigres, Acid make up the top 10. Then it's Dom, Lorenzo, Sniper Pro in 13th, Seiko 14th, Fines in 15th, Martins in 16th with Mustik alongside Noah in 17th and 18th. And then it's the EXT boys of Cartanam, respectfully bringing up the back and rear end of the field. So yeah, if you missed that information there was a 5-place grid penalty that was unfairly given out, so there will be a restart of lobby. If drivers are listening in, our engineers listening in, team managers listening, there is a restart of the lobby. So please make sure you're getting the invites. The invites should be out relatively shortly. Maxence says Kilcree GOAT. Ruby says Matthews P2, my GOAT. Pole Parrot impeded twice, still P5, what a GOAT. Also, bit of impeding going on apparently according to the TGF man. And hopefully he's caught that information, and that is going to be given. And here we go. This is everyone's opportunity to just go absolutely mental. So that was brilliant. That was an enjoyable watch. And there we go. Everyone's leaving. So let's get out of the session. Everyone was just going to have a nice fun, take your anger out first, get any aggression out nice and early before the race. I enjoyed that. That was fun. We should do more starts like that. Maze, can we get a destruction derby round of whoever survives wins? Last car to be alive. I think that would be a very entertaining round. If you're in agreement, say aye in the chat. Gene Neymar said kill crack. I'm assuming it's just a bit of a name, and it's basically saying kill Crease on crack. Fair assumption. James Head, nice to see Kilcree on top. First time I've seen him in EML since Team Mentalism. I didn't know that. That's a good little bit of info there from James. Thank you for that. So Kilcree, a former Team Mentalism driver. If you don't know who Team Mentalism is, then you just don't know, unfortunately. But they are on Twitter, I believe, or if they are still going, do look them up. Quite a well-run team and fairly successful. Scott Marshall says, Team ESRL, strong arm emoji. Come on, Scott, let's go ESRL. First season for them in EML. Good luck to them. I believe they both qualified in the top 10, so that's already a great start to life here in F2 and EML. Oxel says, hello guys, hello to you, welcome to the stream. Everyone in the stream, please do subscribe to League Racing TV, because all of the season's races will be streamed live here, 7 p.m. UK time, every Wednesday. So make sure you subscribe to League Racing TV. Second thing, like the stream, it supports us. It gets the stream a lot of love. It gives me a lot of love to say that I'm doing a decent job. Sometimes I'm not doing the greatest job. It is the first round. Give me a little bit of a break, but I would appreciate a like on the stream if you have time to do so. And finally, just keep giving me some comments, keep giving me some predictions. Send some predictions in to me. Let me know who's going to win this one. Kilcree starting on pole. Is he going to do? Is he going to go all the way and take pole to the checkered flag, or are the guys around him like Boyalulu and Lucas of TGF and GT10? Are they going to spoil the party, or will his teammate Nico come in and steal the win from his teammate? Or will anyone else? Maybe the EXT guys will do a last to first from the back of the grid. You just never know. Just get your predictions in, and I will read some out on the stream. It keeps me entertained while I'm waiting. Oh, apparently I've been stupid. I have been stupid. I am a donut. So apparently it was the same lobby. It was just a lobby restart, so everyone just had to retire. So, wow, am I stupid? Sorry, guys. So I might have kept us waiting there a little bit. I'm not sure if the lobby's already readied up. But thank you, Thomas, the man who is helping me run F2 this season. So I appreciate that. Otherwise, I would have just been sat there like an absolute wally the whole time. I believe. Are we good to go? Are we good to go? I don't think we're good to go. Grid is done. So here we go. Getting into the first race of the season. Let me come back to. Let's get back to the stream. Let's see if there's any comments before I get stuck into this one. Oxiel says, let's go RVL. Good to see some support in here for RVL. That's the first bit of support I've seen in there for those guys. I don't believe we have a formation, so we'll be going straight into the action here in Spain. A long run down to turn one, as there are going to be incidents. Hopefully we're incident free and everyone can get around the first few turns and we can get some quality racing. But anyone, feel free to put a bet in on a safety car. It's up to you. I'm not saying anything. But what a season. We are ready for and waiting to witness what will be an action-packed season. Who knows what's going to happen? LDL, for me, are the favourites here, but a lot of new faces in terms of teams, a lot of new drivers. Who knows what could happen? Sometimes it's not always the fastest team that wins. You have to have a bit of luck to win here in EML sometimes. So we are braced for what is going to be a fun season, and you guys will have to wait to find out who my co-commentator is until next week, because we are not sure where he is, and I'd rather get him introduced once he's here. So still waiting. Obviously, drivers putting their setups on because we had to back out. So once everyone's got their setup on and ready to go, we'll get on the grid. Still waiting. We'll get there. Don't worry. We will get there, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we will get there. Good luck to all, says Oxiel. Nice to hear. Yeah, good luck to everyone as we get set to start Season 6 here, Round 1 in Spain. And we are off. Looks like LDL Kilcree has got a good start. But the man next to him, Lucas, has also got a great start. Boy, Lulu's down the inside. It's free alongside each other into turn 1, and it's Lucas who gets into the lead ahead of Kilcree. There's yellow flags. I believe it's DLX Pablo who's had an issue. Let's go on board because Boy Lulu isn't looking to stick around up the inside of Kilcree, who has started on the hard tyres, and there's a VSC. Wow, it's free abreast into turn 1 between these guys. Kilcree has lost the lead. Lucas and Boy Lulu have jumped him. There is your strategies on the left-hand side. We have two drivers, Boyalulu and Super Spy on the softs. Fines has picked up a 5-second penalty for corner cutting and gaining a position. Not a good start for the Alpine and ESRL man. But Lucas has taken the lead. We are under the virtual safety car. Let's have a look to see what the rest of the positions changes are. 7 positions for EXT Car and Noah up 5 as well at the back. There's more positions being changed. Zico and Nam, I believe. Zico and Musik changing position. Let's go back to the tyres and look. Let's go on board. There's more action as Kilcree's going up the inside of Lucas. Boyalulu's also overtaken Lucas, and it's all change up at the front. Lucas not looking to back down though. He's right on the rear of that Red Bull of the LDL man of Kilcree. He's not going to be able to make the move. He's going to sit tight, and now Boyalulu is out in the lead for GT10 on those soft tyres. He will be looking to push away and getting these guys out of his DRS. Let's go further down, see what's happening in terms of further down the field. There's 4 guys in the pits, maybe some damage back there. Both RVL drivers, Zico and Lorenzo in. That's torrid for them. What a horrid start to this one. Martin for LRN in and EXT Nam in as well. Not good starts. They'll be hoping for a safety car at some point to bring them back into this race, because they are now way off pace and strategy. Lost Super Spy in the midfield for ESRL, his teammate up in P6, both in the Alpine, looking to make moves up the field with those soft tyres. Boyalulu with the fastest lap. Are we going to see any movement going into turn 1? We're keeping an eye on the gaps. I don't think we're going to see any Super Spies having a look, but further behind, Sniper Pro was having a look, not able to make a move. There's a small gap here between Jordan Lancer and Paul Parrott. But behind, look at that, Tigres is being overtaken up the inside. For some reason, his car is ghosted. So Super Spy, Dom, and Acid are all able to get through on the driver. Tigres is out of his car at the moment, I believe. So that's a shame, as he is plummeting down. Hopefully he has a invite that he's able to get back in for. Super Spy is now right on the back of Dom. He's almost pushing that Ferrari down the straight. The DRS, soft tyres up the inside of the LRN man up into P7. And ESRL will be happy with their start, P6 and P7 for Jordan Lancer and Super Spy. Looking strong in these early stages, as Noah also gets past Tigres. I need to remember that he's not in the car. Let's go back to the front because we're seeing a move for the race lead. It's Kilcree who has managed to stay in the DRS of Lulu. So Lulu has not got out of the DRS with those soft tyres. And now that's going to cause him some pain for the rest of this race now, because he is on probably an offset strategy to the rest, really. I think the main strat here for the one stop is the medium to hard, so I'm not sure in terms of what strat he's going for. Most likely hoping for a safety car at some point during this race. He's got to fend off the likes of Lucas and Nico. Jordan Lancer is just about holding on. Track extension warning there. Needs to keep an eye on that, as I believe is the only one to pick up a penalty, and that's the corner cut where he gained an advantage and gained a position. GT10 Acid making good moves, and you've got a nice tight little pack here of Super Spy, Dom, Acid, Sniper Pro and Kart, and we could see some moves. Let's go back to the front though, because I think GT10 is eyeing up a move. He's not going to be able to, so let's bounce back as Super Spy. And it's all going on. Dom and Acid up the midfield. And who's that? Sniper Pro trying to also get through. Maybe that is a bit of a late lunge there. And maybe should have thought twice about that one. There was also a bit more movement. It's still going on. We're 2x2 here. As Acid goes round the outside. Let's go on board with Super Spy. These two wheel pumping. Super Spy nearly going into the back of Dom as well. But Acid staying ahead of Dom as Lost. I'm going to call him Lost. Super Spy is a mouthful. Stays behind, and Kart stays here as well. So these four really, really tightly packed here, and Kart might even be looking to make a move, or is it Super Spy? But we'll keep an eye on those guys. I don't expect any more movement. Fine's getting past Tigres. Further back, so we'll ignore those because he is not in his car. Some comments coming in. Killer Storm, go RVL. Chowski, QSL, go. QSL currently sitting in 12th and 14th. Is there going to be any movement at the back? No, everyone's staying where they are. Pole Parrot sitting nicely behind Jordan. Dom looking to try and make a move on Acid. Not going to happen that time. It looks like Lost Super Spy is eager to get past the Ferrari man in LRN. Not going to be able to make a move there. Here comes Kart. Kart's got a decent exit. Super Spy needs to be careful. There's one thing going forward, but you've always got to look behind you. Can definitely make you vulnerable if you're trying to chase a move and you forget about the guys behind. Top four staying where they are. Pole Parrot still looking at the back of Jordan Lancer for now. Kart's looking for a move up the inside of Super Spy. He's gonna hold it. They're right next to each other now, and Kart looking to do the cutback, but not sure what happened to Super Spy's car there. But he's burnt a lot of energy and he's really struggling. Martin is out of the race, and there is your first safety car. Let's quickly go down to Lorenzo Martin. Where has he lost that? His car's gone. His car has gone. and he is out of the race. The LRN man is out, and we've already got someone taking advantage. It's Pablo coming into the pits. Maxon says Forza LDL doing well. Of course, Tigres is finally back in, so he can get his race underway. Obviously lost a fair few places from that, which is a big shame, down in 15th, but we're 7 laps in, still got 27 laps left of this race, so plenty of time to make your way up the field. Be interesting to see who goes for a pit here, because the hard runners may think twice about pitting. It doesn't really suit them having a safety car this early. EXT Fatal says, hello, Forza Exostire. That's the team name. EXT Exostire. Scott Marshall of ESRL says, advantage soft runners. Now hards to the end. Let's see if that happens, but here we go. The hard runners have actually come in, so everyone is coming in here, apart from EXT Kart. He decides to stay on the hards and take the race lead. Tigres is still not back in his car as of yet, but everyone else going to the mediums or the hards. Tigres has left this session once again. Was it Tigres that had left? Or was it Pablo? I can't remember. I think it was Tigres, but shame. Real shame. Which isn't great. It's a shame to see someone's race ruined by that. XT Fatal says, Nam and Kart is beautiful. Someone has a crush on his teammates. I'm joking, Fatal. I'm joking. But no, it's looking much better from qualifying for EXT. Obviously, Nam's still sitting down in 17th, and I think he had damage on that first lap. So, obviously, that's going to hinder his start. But he's currently sitting fine. Got a safety car now, so that'll pull him back into things. And hopefully, the rest of the race can be a bit more positive for him. As for his teammate, he currently leads the race, but he is one of very, very few drivers to not pit. So he may get swallowed up. But they're only 7-lap-old hards, so realistically, they shouldn't actually be that bad at all. They should be within their prime window for performance. So let's see what happens with this. So I'll wait for everyone to catch up. As I'm on my own, my voice does take a bit of a beating when I'm doing commentary on my own. So for now, you're not going to hear me for just a couple of minutes while I just give my voice a bit of a rest. And I'll be back with you once the safety car is coming in. And we are back. So, EXT Kart with the restart. When's he going to go? Off he goes. It's decent. Someone's already looking to make a move. Someone pulled out right to the right there. It's Lucas on Boyalulu. Not sure what's happening. Boyalulu's weaving, trying to warm up his tyres. Kart's already been overtaken by Kilcree up at the front as well. There's more movement behind. Paul Parra getting past Tigres, who I believe isn't in his car. So we're going to ignore that one. Ghosting through. Lucas looking to take Kart here, but he's not going to be able to make it. Paul, oh, someone's off. Someone's off. Who is it? It's Paul Parra. Paul Parra of TGF. And Jordan Lancer off as well. Those two been chasing each other for most of what we've had of this race so far. And it looks like they've possibly come together there. Let's have a look. I was going to go and see if there was any moves, but Boyalulu overtaking Kart. Those old hards aren't looking so good. Maybe not the best of strats, but it is the first lap. These guys at the front have obviously been the fastest in the race so far, so maybe not the guys that he is racing. And there goes Nico around Kart as well. Acid looking to follow him, but not the right time. And there he goes, making the move on Kart, side by side. Those mediums should have the pace. And up he goes into P5. There's movement up the top, and it's together. We've had a collision. Lucas and Kilcree. We missed it slightly. Something big has gone down at the front of this race. Lucas trying to get ahead of Kilcree. I can't remember who was ahead of who. It's going to have to be a VAR on the stream. Not sure who was trying to get ahead of who there, but something big has happened. It was Lucas trying to get ahead of Kilcree, and they've come together. Kilcree now down in P16. Let's have a look. Paul Parra's had to pit, so he definitely had damage. Jordan Lance doesn't look like he has any visible damage. Does Kilcree have damage? That is a question. He's taking a place off of Sniper Pro. No visible damage, so hopefully Kilcree is okay and that doesn't affect his race too much. Obviously, it has in terms of positions, down in P15 now, but that is a big, big moment in this race that could have big, big effects on the winner of this one. And there goes Boyalulu now going down the inside of Matheus Lucas, taking P1 away from the TGF man. LDL Nico not too far behind either. So one LDL man is taken from the front of the race, but they still have Nico up here fighting it out. And look at this now. Boyalulu has got support in Acid. So GT10 looking strong now. Two drivers up at the front, as you see Kilcree on your left-hand side making another move ahead of Lorenzo. He is now on a big recovery drive to see what he can get back in this race. He's not that far off of everything as Lucas retakes the lead from Boyalulu there. And who's that as well? Nico going up the inside of Boyalulu. These medium runners are getting the better of the GT10 man, and the GT10 boys might have to do a tactical swap here because Acid is on the mediums and Lulu is on the hards. He's going to be faster, and there you go. There's the tactical change. Dom getting a penalty for track limits. Here goes. Nico's being squeezed to the inside by Lucas, but he has the DRS. He's up the inside, and there goes Acid as well. He's not waiting around. He's seen the gap. There's a wheel bashed at the front. And through he goes. GT10 Boyalulu also looking to maybe make a move. Doesn't seem to have the space or the gap. And all this fighting is bringing the rest of the guys in. Super Spy is now within a second. And this is one long train now. Kilcree is trying to fight his way through. And here he goes, looking to get round. Finds battling away as much as he can. But Kilcree continues to take places and continues to climb up these standings. the outside of Pablo. Can he make that move stick? He's now got the inside. Man, but the EXT Nam comes out on top and he takes P10 away. Let's move back up to the front of the field. I've got a feeling we're going to see a move. Acid going up the inside of Nico, and that is GT10 once again back into the lead of this race. Moostic, QSL, we haven't seen much of this man on stream so far, but he is up ahead of EXT Kart. And there's a little bit of a gap now forming here. Dom is still on the back of Super Spy. Not going to be able to make a move. Kart, Noah, Nam, Pablo, Zayko, Kilcree, Fines, Lorenzo, all within a second of each other here. So, and I've seen at the back QSL Sniper Pro having to drop away at the back. He looks like he's come in and had a... oh, what's happened? Sorry guys, the stream has gone a little bit iffy. Apologies for that. You've seen that up in the top right hand. Apologies, not sure what's gone on there. But was Kilcree just... Oh, and Kilcree's tapped the back of Fines. That's not going to help. That's not going to help this recovery drive at all, because that, I can guarantee, will be going to the stewards. EXT Nam now on the back of Noah. Let's focus on this midfield pack, because I think there's going to be some action coming up here. He's backed off a bit, but Noah hasn't. He's going for his teammate of Kart. He's not able to do it. Kart defends the inside, goes deep later on the brakes than the RLS driver of Noah. Noah, though, getting a good exit and up the inside. Noah goes of Kart. Go on board with his teammate, and Noah gets the move done. There's a bit of action up at the front. EXT making a change. Kart obviously on those older, harder tyres, and Nam on the mediums. That is a good bit of race management from the EXT boys. So they've lost a place, but Nam is in this, and Super Spy has now lost connection also. Hopefully these guys can get back in. There seems to be a few guys lagging out here, which is a shame to see. Hopefully they can get back in. But Dom is fully in this now. He is within this. Of course, he has the track limits penalty. The only driver to pick up a penalty so far as Lost Super Spy does rejoin. And the leaders swap positions once again. GT10 Lulu also swaps positions with Lucas. Noah getting ahead of Super Spy, who's not yet back in his car, so he's going to lose a few places, I think, here, Super Spy, due to this. And we'll go ahead to Noah, who's on a real charge here, and he's looking to take another scout of Moostic, but unfortunately backs off and thinks better of it. Moostic flashing away, obviously used a lot of that battery. Yeah, as you can see on his wheel there, pretty much about 10% left there. Really not managing that battery usage very well. Kart still out there on those hards, sticking with his teammates, sticking in the DRS. That's all he needs to do. That will keep him in a good place. Kilcree has come in to the pits also. He's now back with the likes of Tigres, Pole Parrot and Sniper Pro. So maybe got damage from when he taps the back of Fines and sent him into a spin. But we definitely have a top five. Oh, who was losing the back of the car? Then and he's pushed Pablo wide, giving him a warning, a track limits warning. And that's a penalty for Pablo. There's movement further up. Lucas and Dom. Dom's now in that top five battle. Noah's also making a move. Pablo making a move ahead of Kart. Kart's going to have to go on the runoff. And he's come back on behind his teammate of Nam. So Noah looking good, actually. Running well, pushing. And he's got 3.3 seconds gap to the guys up the top in fifth. Is Super Spy back in his car? He is. And oh, that was close between him and Zayko. The McLarens of RVL not doing too bad. Decent running wise. Super Spy looks like he's... Oh, and he's into the wall and he's out. Super Spy is out. And we have our second safety car. he looked like, I was about to say, he was looking like he was lagging. But ultimately, he's ended up in the wall, and this is great news for the likes of Kilcree, Tigres, Pole Parrot and Sniper Pro, because they'll be now able to get back into this race. And as I imagined, most people will be coming in for a pit stop. I don't believe from here you can take softs to the end. I think it's just too far. I think it will be mediums across the board here. Dom's gone for the softs, so maybe the softs are possible. Is anyone else going to go for it? Yes, Noah, Moostic. So yeah, people are going on to the softs here. Wow, I didn't expect so many softs. I was expecting a lot more mediums, but maybe people don't have the luxury of the mediums available, fresh mediums. So we've got Dom, we've got Noah, we've got Moostic, Pablo, Lucas, Nam, Fines, all on the soft tyre. Interesting to see that Kilcree has actually stayed out, opted to stay out. It's interesting to me because I don't think he would have lost places, really. The only place he's gained from staying out is Tigres. So I'm a bit, yeah, I don't know whether maybe Kilcree should have taken softs. He has the pace. We've seen he's got huge pace for this race, and he's definitely got the pace to be up there at the front with the rest. But looks like some people have lost out. Boyalulu has lost positions to Dom and Noah. So Noah's up into that top 5 now. Noah's looking really strong, especially in those last few laps. And Lucas has also dropped down to P8. So I wonder if he had wing damage from that collision with Kilcree, and he's decided to get that wing changed. Anyway, once again, just to save my voice so I can bring you all the action, I'm just going to mute myself and maybe give me some more predictions, some more round of predictions, because I only got Thomas Boumpier giving me his money on Boyalulu, which ain't a bad shout in P5 right now. But yeah, everyone else watching, please do send in your predictions. Let me know what you think. What's going to happen in this one? Who's going to take this win now? And I'll be back with you soon as the safety car is returning to the pits. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. LDL Nico gets us back underway with a much quicker restart than we had last time from EXT Kart, and he is away. Looks to have a good restart. Acid closing in, and there goes Dom. That was unexpected. Did not see that coming. Wow. Did that Ferrari shoot down the inside of Acid, and he is not hanging about. He wants to get up there, get into the lead, use those softs, push away. That 3-second penalty is the only thing that is the real worry for Dom right here. And there's a bit of movement at the back. XT Nam and Pablo fighting it out. I believe Pablo has gone up the inside and taken that position from Nam. Nam literally pushing that Haas driver through that chicane section. Let's keep an eye on the guys in front because Noah's on soft. Is he going to have a chance of diving up the inside of someone? No, he's not. Everyone's staying tightly together. Finds, though, up the inside of RVL Lorenzo. Paul Barra and Kilcree fighting it out. We saw these two fighting out at the front of the field. Now they're fighting that out for P15 as Kilcree has to back off there because Paul Barra was squeezing him in. And here we go again. Down towards turn 1. Who wants to bet on a Dom overtake into the lead for the first time as LRN up the inside of the LDL man of Nico and using those softs as they should be, just absolutely charging through on them, and he'll be looking to kick on. Lucas making his way back up, overtaking Moostic, who's been quite quietly sitting pretty in there in the top 10. Hopefully he can get home with some with a top 10 finish. But DRS not open yet. Remember, we need to have 3 laps before the DRS opens. Maxence says Nico for the win. He's currently in P2. He's got to hang on to the back of that soft running LRN man of Dom, who's pulled out 0.6 of a second on Nico, or about half a second now. But let's see what happens. Can he break out of the DRS? Pablo moving up towards Moose Stick. Is he going to be able to make a move? Let's have a look. GT10 Lulu getting really close to the back of his man. Nam also getting close to the back of his man. Not many moves though, as we still have not got DRS. We've got it enabled now. So for the next DRS zone in Sector 2, we'll see moves, but there is a move. Unexpected one. Nam not giving up on P8. We saw Pablo take the position away from him just a lap or 2 ago, and Nam has said, no, not that easy, mate. I'm coming back, and retakes P8. I'm surprised that I haven't seen more movement from Polpara and Kilcree at the back, still sitting in 16th, 15th and 16th respectively. But Nico is within the DRS, so Dom is not going to be able to break away out of the DRS here. This is going to be a fight to the end, but Dom with that 3-second penalty, that's going to be a big worry for him, because that's going to be the main thing that really could take away from his chances of winning this one. So I fully expect Nico here, the DRS, to slide past Dom, which that he does. Are there going to be any other movements? There is a bit further down. Jordan Lancer getting ahead of not 1 but 2. Zico and Kart. And Kart is looking to make the move on Zico. Nam further ahead. His teammate making a move on Moostic up into P7 after taking Pablo on the previous lap. Is there any further movement up top? Lucas getting closer to Boya Lulu. Acid getting closer to Dom. Pole Parrot is now making moves further down the field. Fines and Lorenzo are now looking at the back of that Williams car, who is now in P13. Acid really now pushing. He's pretty much pushing the Ferrari of Doms, who goes a bit wide, and that's going to open the door. No DRS for Doms. Nico is flying away, but Acid doesn't go for the move. I'm really surprised by that. This is going to allow Nico to build a nice little gap. Look at that, 2 seconds plus. Nico is flying at the front of the field for LDL. Dom has no answer. He looks like he's already struggling on those soft tyres. Are those soft tyres already falling away? This is a lovely camera because we can see Acid taking Dom. Noah also taking Dom. Boyalulu. That's 3 positions in one straight for the RLN man of Dom. Have those softs run their course within 6 laps. Because he's under threat again, and it's Lucas. Oh, really tight squeeze there from Dom. Could have been nasty. And Nam also sneaks through. Mustik and Pablo are fighting further behind, so they're not going to get through. They're too busy fighting amongst themselves. They got to be careful that they don't tag each other, as Pablo also needs to be aware that Jordan Lance is getting involved up the inside. There's also Kart coming round. That's a few positions. Pablo and Dom both having a lap to forget here, both losing multiple positions between themselves, and Dom gets a bit out of shape. He's really struggling, Dom, now. What a change. First few laps he was flying, looks really good. DRS came on. Obviously he's going to help the guys behind, but he just doesn't look like he's got enough in him. He doesn't look like he's got the grip, but here goes Lulu on Noah further behind, and here comes Lucas as well, bringing too much speed. He's having to back off to not go into the back of Boyalulu. He's alongside Noah still on the outside. Now Noah defends well, but Lucas will look for the cutback. He's now got the inside coming into turn 4. There he goes, lovely jubbly up into P4 for Lucas. There was more movement further behind. I'm not sure as to who exactly. I missed that. Focusing on these guys. But this is anyone's race now. But it is in the hands of Nico, who's got a 1.9 second lead with 6 laps remaining. Not very long at all. Kart making a move now up the inside of Mustik, and EXT starting 19th and 20th at the start of this race, now sit P6 and P8. What a comeback drive from them from such a poor qualifying. Kilcree also overtaking Fines further back. Nam going for another move on Noah. Up into the top 5 for EXT. Nam, these guys are flying. What's happened further back? There's been further moves. Oh, as Kilcree gets out of shape and in fact then loses a place to Sniper Pro. Lorenzo also wants to make a move around the outside. Is Kilcree going to be able to defend? Yes, he is. Later on the brakes. Stays in P16 for Kilcree after that loss of traction on the rears. And GT Acid is losing time to Nico. Can the GT10 boys work together in these last remaining laps to be able to pull the LDL man in here? Here we go. I assume these two are working together. Lulu overtaking Acid. They're going to try their best to reel in Nico, but I'm sure they will be very happy to finish as they are in P2 and P3 and take a double podium away from the first round of Season 6 in F2 of EML. Kart of the EXT team still looking feisty, still looking to make moves. And he'll have the confidence that these last few laps, his mediums will be in a better place than these softs. He's got 4 soft runners ahead of him. Dom being one who has a penalty, so he doesn't actually have to make an on-field pass, but he'd like to get past and get at the likes of Noah. Also, ooh, wow. Oh, and there we go. There's an instant. Dom hitting Noah, making a move for the inside. Very rash move. And that has spun Noah around and he's back into P13. That's a real shame he was having such a strong race. Mustik now also coming in. He's lost an end plate. That is really sad to see. He had such a strong race inside the top 10. But here comes movement. Jordan Lancer overtaking Dom. So does Pablo. They're into P7 and P8. And wow, that's a real shame. Sorry, throat's going. Ooh, Pablo getting all out of shorts, and that's put Dom wide, making contact with the rear of the Haas. Pole Power flies through, and he's suddenly in the top 10. And he's looking to make more moves. He's looking to go around the outside of Pablo. He's going to brake early, look for the cutback. Not going to happen. He's going to have to be a bit patient there. EXT now 5th and 6th. Wow, wow, wow. Who would have bet on these guys going from 19th and 20th to the top 6? Well done to them. Still 2 laps to go, though. Anything could happen. And these podium positions aren't settled for these GT10 boys. They've got Lucas and Nam behind them. Are they going to have a say in what happens here? Because Acid has got to be careful. If he overtakes Lulu, he's got to do it smart and where they don't lose too much time. And that was fairly smart from the GT10 team. Oh, but Lulu goes a bit wide. That might be an invite for Lucas as Kilcree gets a 3-second penalty. His day's going from bad to worse. Just not had the luck since that incident earlier on in this race. Who's that in the chat? Coutinho says, yeah, nice one, LRN. Oh dear, sounds like he is a man of RLS. And speaking of that incident between Dom and Noah, not gone down very well with them. I'm not surprised. But we've come to a bit of a standstill here. Not much movement, but Nico, with 2.8 seconds gap, begins the final lap. There's a yellow flag, and it's Dom again who has gone off or gone round somewhere on his own, it looks like. And he has dropped all the way back to P16. As we were saying, no real moves. Noah actually getting himself back into the top 10. Finds overtaking Pablo. Oh, Pablo's out. Where is that? He's in the wall. There he is. His car's in the wall on the right. Pablo's out of this race. That is a shame. He was on for a pretty decent finish, maybe just outside the top 10. But here we go. Nico is cruising to a win for LDL. Are the GT10 boys going to be joining him on the podium? Is Lucas going to go for a move? No, he's not. That is interesting. I thought, being the last DRS zone, he would have tried to go for a move on Boyalulu. There's Pole Power and Jordan Lancer are tangling in these last moments, but we're going to go to the front as LDL Nico takes the checkered flag and wins in Spain in F2 for round 1. Well done to him. Congratulations. GT10 taking a double podium, Acid and Boyalulu. What an end to that one. Brilliant race from the GT10 boys, taking a double podium. Lucas with a recovery drive of P4 for him. EXT with a mega result coming from the back of the grid respectively to P5 and P6 for Nam and Kart. Congratulations to them. We'll go through the rest of the field once we get the final run of things. Wow, that one had it all. Incidents, overtakes, some really good battles. I'm not surprised the driver of the day is one of the EXT boys because they've made up the most ground of anyone in that race from qualifying. And that is absolutely huge from them. As we're getting some reaction in the chat, Dees says P20 and P19 to P5 and P6. Exactly. But that's why, as well, you never give up in league racing. You never give up at all. And that is a great start to life in EML on the debut season for EXT. And there we have it. LDL Nico takes the triple. He takes pole. He takes the fastest lap. And he takes the win. 12.7 fastest lap. No one anywhere near him. GT10 taking the double podium. Lucas P4. EXT in 5 and 6. Jordan Lancer for ESRL taking P7. Strong race from him. Pole Para with a good recovery drive to finish in the top 10 of P8. RVL Zako sneaking in there for a P9 finish. Well done to him. Noah, unfortunate contact late on, meant he was put towards the back, but recovered to take a top 10 finish. His teammate following him in fines. That is not a bad result for those guys. QSL Sniper Pro takes P12. RVL Lorenzo P13. Our race leader for a while, Kilcree, had unfortunate drama. P14 for him. Dom involved in drama as well. Mystique also unfortunate. P16. DLX Tigres Pablo in 17th and 18th. And then we had two others at the back, which were Lost Super Spy, who DNF'd, and sorry, Pablo DNF'd on that final lap. Super Spy also DNF'd, and Martin was our very early safety car in that one. So, wow, what a race! What a race! My throat is completely obliterated, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you guys for joining the stream. Appreciate all the comments, all the predictions, all the laughs. And now I'm going to give a driver of the day, because I like to give a driver of the day. It adds something else to EML and the streams. And you know what? I can't really give it to anyone else. Look, the EXT boys, brilliant recovery drive from back of the grid to finish top 6. Noah, strong race as well. GT10 boys both had a very strong race as well. But for me, driver of the day has to go to LDL Nico. Qualified, pole, took the fastest lap, and took the checkered flag. That's triple on round 1. That is stating a claim that he is here and LDL are here. So my driver of the day goes to Nico. Congrats on the win for him. Thank you everyone for joining the stream. If you're still here, please do leave us a like. It's really appreciated. I've got 10 likes so far, so if you haven't liked it so far, do that before you leave. Make sure you subscribe to League Racing TV so you don't miss out on the rest of the season. We've got 9 exhilarating races coming up for you. Plenty more action like we've just seen there. So make sure you subscribe to League Racing TV. Follow EML as well on Twitter at EML_F1 on Twitter, or X as it's now known. I still call it Twitter myself. You can also follow us on Instagram at Esports Masters League _, and we're posting most days on their results, standings, calendars, all sorts on there. So make sure you follow the Instagram Esports Masters League _ to find us on there. But yeah, that is it from me. I hope you've enjoyed my monotone commentary on my own solo. Hopefully you'll find out who my commentary partner is next week, if he decides to turn up. Hopefully he will. It's obviously something that's just happened, and hopefully we'll get going on time also. But next week, 7 p.m. is the next race, and we will be heading to the classic Italian track of Monza. So that is next week, 28th of Feb, Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. Please do join myself again for what will be a very, very fun, exhilarating, action-packed F2 round 2 race. I've been Lesty. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all next week. Take care. Stay safe. Good night.